saw an important battle in District 1 3A Division 1 as the Dalhart Wolves look to inch closer to a possible district title, while Bushland Falcons look to stay alive for at least a share of the district title.
And another big matchup happening in District 5A Division 2. It's Wellington Wheeler Week. The winner claims that district title. Will have those highlights and much, much more ahead on The Locker Room.
The Locker Room on Fox 14.
Welcome to The Locker Room. We're now in Week 10, the second to last regular season week of the year.
Crazy how fast it's gone, but of course, I'm sure we're all excited to see how some of these districts play out, and we're ready for postseason action soon.
That's right. You know, one of those teams is looking to improve their district standings are my Amarillo High Sandies. In fact, they hosted Lubbock High tonight. Clint, what do we got?
They've won 44 straight against the Westerners, looking to make it 45
it's looking promising.
Straight. We start with the Sandy's first drive. Jet Lopez. He's going to find Tate Blackwell near the 20, and Blackwell takes it to the house. Sandy's up 7-0 next for Lopez. Short pass to James Bryant. 20-yard touchdown. Sandy's up 14-0. Later in the first, Lopez. He's going to connect with Blackwell for another touchdown. Amarillo High leading 21-0. All treats, no tricks. Lopez switching it up this time. 15-yard pass to Oliver Parson. Nice catch on the redirect. Sandy's up 28-0. Sandy showing they can score on defense too. How about a safety? 30-0 Amarillo High. Checking in with our reigning player of the week, Jude Donovan. Catches Lopez's pass, fights his way into the end zone.
Jude Donovan things.
37-0 Donovan. Now picking up some nice yards on the fake reverse. And that'll be a first down, and we'll end here. Lopez deep in Lubbock territory, and Austin Sluter.
All by himself.
43-0 Amarillo High. 45 straight. 58-13 over Lubbock High.
All right, let's jump over to Wichita Falls. Palo Duro in the driver's seat of District 2, 5A Division 2. They're facing Legacy. In the second quarter, Deuce Reese able to scramble out here. Picks up a first down on the fourth down conversion there. Keeps the PV drive alive. Later in the same drive, third and long, Reese to Raymond Johnson. Watch him fight here for extra yards. Picks up the first down on third down there. Then it's Johnson who's going to cap off the drive. Takes this carry and goes 15 yards into the end zone. The Dons are up 34-0 at the half. Who you with? PD eventually wins it 52-10. They remain unbeaten in district and face Abilene Cooper for the outright district title next week at home.
How about them Dons? Now let's head back to Dick Bivens Stadium. Tascosa fighting for the 2-seed. Caprock fighting to be in playoffs at all. First offensive possession of the game for the Rebels. Reese Cabe running like he has somewhere to be. Oh yeah, the end zone. That's right. Rebels up 7-0 early on the ensuing drive. Caprock trying to get things going here. It's stripped and recovered by the Rebels. Of course, this gets Tascosa back into familiar territory. This time it's Tendrick Sargent on the carry. Rebels up 14-0 here. Fulton dishes it off to DeAndre Sanders, and he practically walks into the end zone. Needless to say, it was a T-Rebs takeover last night.
Sure.
They win this one 52-10. That's a familiar score.
Yeah. How about my Rebs, right? They're facing Amarillo High next week as well. Let's head over to Happy State Bank Stadium now. The Canyon Eagles hosting Hereford. First quarter, Hereford looking to pass, but Brecken Crockett steps in front of it.
I'll take
grabs an interception. He will take that. Nobody in his way. Pick six. First score of the game, 7-0 Canyon. Second quarter, Brox Hacker waiting in the pocket. He lets it fly down the field. Baylor Schilling makes the grab. He'll do the rest of the work. Takes it in for the long touchdown. 13-0 after a failed two-point try. But Eagles get it back and drive down the field. Hacker floats it to Schilling once again. He's got his second score, 20-0 Canyon. Less than a minute in the half. Hacker rolling out. He places this pass perfectly to none other than Schilling. A third time. His third touchdown makes it 27-0. No problem for Canyon. They go on to win 41-0.
Was that the old ball coach I saw there on the sidelines for Canyon? Okay. West Plains taking on Dumas. Opening drive for Dumas. I'm telling y'all, they came to play.
Yeah,
Sure did.
Colton Mills gets to the edge. He's going to find pay dirt. Makes it 7-0. 7-7 now. Mills hands it to Sebastian Hara, and he's going to give Dumas a 14-7 lead. But here comes West Plains. Reed Macon. I feel like I've shot this exact same highlight about 3 or 4 times. The one-foot tap-down touchdown from Kane White Tinsley ties it at 14. Colton Mills, I'm telling you, he was rocking in the first half.
Yes.
Finds a wide open Luis Balbuena. 21-14. Slade Russell, career night for number 10. Second level, and no one's going to catch him. 21-21. Colton Mills was fantastic. Slade Russell was the difference. 56-37. West Plains goes on to win it.
They sure did keep us at the edge of our seats. Now, Randall took care of business tonight, defeating Pampa 62-7 on the road. Leveland beat Borger 46-12.
So that's it for our 5A and 4A squads. Don't put Corn in control of the remote.
Hey, sorry, I'm just ad-libbing here. Sorry about that.
3A and 2A matchups tonight.
That's right. In 3A, there's been a team that's been turning heads.
I got your back.
The Dalhart Wolves. Yeah, you got me. And they went on the road to face a traditionally talented program in the Bushland Falcons. Yep. Good matchup.
Of course, we can't forget about 2A, though. Wellington and Wheeler went head-to-head for the district title. You want to find out who wins? Well, you're going to have to stick around. Highlights and more coming up next on The Locker Room.
From Fox 14 News, The Locker Room continues.
Welcome back to The Locker Room. I think going into the season, it was fair to have expectations that Shallow-Water and Bushland could meet up for the district title.
Yes, absolutely. However, the Dalhart Wolves have been impressive this season. They look for their 8th win of the year tonight.
And they're looking to prove how good they are on the road against Bushland. Falcons looking for a bounce-back victory tonight after a devastating loss to Shallow-Water. Dalhart fighting for a district title. First quarter, Hunter Tressler on the keeper. You better get out of his way. Tressler just shy of the goal line. This time it's in the air that does the trick. And the treat on the Hunter Tressler-Caleb Spear connection. And this is why they say patience is a virtue. Tressler is able to get in the end zone on his feet that time. Wolves up 13-0. Bushland tries for a trick play here on the punt return. Jenner King zips one through the air. It's picked off by Dalhart. The Wolves had all the fire, and a perfect segue to another Tressler tutty. Dalhart wins this one 31-7. Of course, that sets up for a district title game against Shallow-Water next weekend in Dalhart, since Shallow-Water defeated River Road 56-0 at home. Staying here in 3A, Canadian, putting up basketball numbers here. Defeating Dimmitt 71-14. Friona also putting up basketball numbers 76-38. Max?
Okay, let's check in with undefeated West Texas High facing Spearman on the road. Jalen Vasquez gets things going, rolling to the right. Finds Hudson Swan for the Spearman first down here. But the WTI defense comes up big as Zach Bryant intercepts this pass to give the Comanches the ball. After the Comanches drive down the field, the Lynx defense steps up and deflects the incomplete pass here. On fourth down, WT High turns it over on down. Spearman trying to capitalize on the momentum. Vasquez hands it off to Swan, and he finds a crease up the middle, zigs and zags between the defenders and gets taken down inside 10. Vasquez finishes the drive with a shuffle pass here right in the middle to Landon Sonnenberg, and he takes it into the end zone. Spearman looked good early, but WTI wakes up later on and wins it 21-19. Close game. They remain unbeaten.
Panhandle taking on Highland Park. There's the all-time winningest head coach in Panhandle high school history, Broxton Robinson. I don't think you can make it look much easier than that. 14-0. Panhandle defense was very tough as well. Jace Hersberg with the sack. Panhandle on offense. The pass goes to Tyler Wood. Nice blocking on the outside, and he basically walks into the end zone. One Hersberg to another. More sacks from Panhandle. Jacob Hersberg is going to corral him and bring him down by the ankle there. And then Highland Park drops back to pass again. And another great play.
Okay. Broxton, they're going to have on defense. All right.
He says, nah, it's not going to work on that side. Let's just go over to the other side and into the end zone. 67-6. Panhandle. Sticking with that district, Sunray. Big win tonight for them. Their first of the season, 33-26 over French.
Now we will head to Groover, where the Greyhounds hosted Farwell. Farwell looking to serve Farwell their first district loss of the season. Just before half, Greg Satterfield runs the QB draw for an easy TD to give the Greyhounds a lead here. Farwell, of course, trying to battle their way back. And the QB connects with Coy Miller.
Man.
Whew.
What a catch.
What a play there. Satterfield not done yet, though. Finds a hole blasting through. Just doing Greg Satterfield things. Breaking tackles, scoring touchdowns. You name it, he does it. Colson Allen here looks deep to find Joel Juarez up the seam, and he takes it in for the score. But it's Groover who scores big tonight. They go on to win it 56-14. Now let's finish off some scores here in 2A. Stratford imposes their will on Vega, a shutout 42-0 at home.
You know, I think every year we look forward to Wellington versus Wheeler, and it's always nice when they meet up towards the end of the season.
Oh, absolutely, because it's usually to decide the champion of that district. This year is no exception.
And tonight they met up, both undefeated in district play, setting yet another must-see game between the two.
That's our Week 10 game of the week.
Yes, sir. Over to Wheeler we go. Who? Clinton Corn is going to claim the district title this year in the first quarter.
I was at this game last year. It was a pretty good
This is Creed Newkirk. Booms his way in for the touchdown there. Wheeler's up 7-0 pretty quick. Second quarter. How about Newkirk on the ground again? 40 yards this time. He gone to the end zone. 13-0 Wheeler. A little love to the camera there. Later in the second, Wellington inside the 10. Wheeler causing pressure. This is Israel Andrade who ends up grabbing the interception. Wellington remains scoreless. In the second half, Wheeler still bringing pressure. Long pass to the end zone. It is tipped. And Adrian Sigala comes down with the pick. Another takeaway for Wheeler. A defensive battle tonight. Wheeler wins the district, taking this game 13-0.
All right, let's take a look at some other scores. Yeah, they're Quanah 46-6. Clarendon 56-7 over Memphis. Their first win of the season. Certainly a fun night for 5A through 2A, especially with the playoffs, you know, getting a little closer, but we still have plenty to go.
Yep, that's right. We have six-man football left, as well as our New Mexico and Oklahoma scores.
You know, we have awards as well. Cheer of the week, play of the week, player of the week. Grab your Halloween baskets and your candy. You're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. It's all coming up on The Locker Room.
Welcome back to The Locker Room. Six-man District 1, Division 1 is pretty exciting for us on paper. We got to see one of those games tonight, Max.
Yes, we did. Claude is 7-2 overall. White Deer is 6-2. They met at Mustang Stadium.
Yes, Claude is trying to hold their spot at second in the district below Booker. So let's see what went down, Clint.
Okay, I got you.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Quarterback Holden Tice hands it off to Thomas Slack. And he's known.
All right. Slack.
Hit in for.
There you go. Dropping balls.
Touchdown. Okay. Not done yet. Thomas Slack gets the ball and runs down a buck for another touchdown. How about more from Claude? Rolling around in the pocket. And he's going to find Trapper Godfrey open. He snags the ball. And let's get the score again. Once again, Tice. This time to Thomas, and he's going to take his way down the sideline. And that'll end it. 45 to Claude wins 46-0. And they're the title holders.
Dominance. Let's look more at that district. Speaking of Booker, it was at Will Dorado. Booker wins 62-8. Happy facing Hart. Hart wins 58-22. LaForce went head-to-head with Miami. Miami wins 77-16.
The Clovis Wildcats hosted Alamogordo. There we go. And they go on. Clovis goes on to win it 48-43. Chaparral beat Portales 33-28. How are we doing, Clint?
Doing good. Love Christian Chaparrals.
Okay, there we go. All right. Texaco, New Mexico defeats
There you go.
Tularosa 53.
Cruising. If you only knew how many times she practiced all these New Mexico ones, I gave them to her on purpose, by the way.
We like a good challenge. All
Hey,
right,
Diamond gets a win 40-6 and Texoma 48-35. Let's take a look at our cheer squad of the week, and Corin, take us home on this one.
Yeah, all right. Cheer squad of the week, the Dalhart Lady Wolves. And this cheer squad is just as mobile as their quarterback. They were moving sideline to sideline, cheering on their team to a victory over Bushland tonight.
Hey, one of my favorite play of the weeks right here. Before the game started at West Plains, team manager Scotty, he gets the opening handoff and he takes it to the house.
Yes.
The excitement from the entire team is what I love seeing. Congratulations to Scott getting your first touchdown there. How about that?
Scotty scores.
Varsity carry, and he gets a touchdown on his first carry. I love that. Absolutely love it. Let's take a look at our Week 9 Player of the Week. Jude Donovan, he went off last week against Lubbock Coronado, setting himself up in position to be the all-time leading rusher for the Amarillo High Sandies. Pretty cool stuff from Jude Donovan. You can check that story out at myhighplains.com. Scores and highlights are in the books, but we aren't finished yet.
No, we're not. When we come back, we'll be joined by Kale Steed of Press Pass Sports to tell us
what we learned tonight.
The Game of the Week is brought to you locally by Sonic. Live free. Eat Sonic.
Welcome back, everyone. We are through Week 10 of the high school football season. Kale Steed now joining me from Press Pass Sports, PressPassSports.news, for what we learned tonight. Hey, you've been very fortunate this year to see some very good games through the first 10 weeks. You got another dandy tonight. You did have to make a little bit of a drive to Wheeler, but they made it worth your time down there.
It was great. Great game, man. 1994 atmosphere, some dead grass.
Yes.
We had people hanging over the fence, packed.
Yeah.
What a game.
Small town West Texas Halloween night.
Halloween night,
That
baby.
should be a country song,
My car didn't get egged. It was a good night.
Good.
Man, this game was great. 13-0 too. What a score.
Yep.
Wheeler shuts them out. The fifth shutout this season for the Wheeler Mustangs. They've only given up 20 points all year, and I made Creep Newkirk, the quarterback, mad earlier this week. He showed me that I was wrong once again. This is a huge win.
I was joking with you. The picking against him was probably a good luck.
I was motivating him, baby. I was motivating him. First time to beat Wellington, though, since 2006 again. And now they are probably the district champions. They are the #1 seed out of that district. And I'm telling you, man, they played a great game tonight.
Absolutely. And how about another team that played a great night and another great defensive battle, or defensive effort, I should say, Dalhart, as they went on the road to face Bushland. This team's for real.
They're for real. We need to start talking about how legit the Golden Wolves are.
Yep.
Hunter Trussler needs to be in the MVP conversation.
Yep, agreed.
135 passing, 139 rushing. 5 touchdowns. He had a pick 6. This guy served popcorn at halftime. He did it all. The Golden Wolves, congrats to Joey Reed and them, and they are the real deal. They were, what, 7 in a row, you said?
7 in a row. That started with that win over Panhandle at home, and Joey Reed told Corin, that's something she said in her live shot earlier today, is that he thought that was a momentous win for him, getting that win over Panhandle. It showed his whole team that, hey, we can be for real. And they have been all the way since. How about WT High? Talk about a defensive stand there at the end. A word we like. They showed some moxie at the end.
They did.
West Texas High, it was a close one with Spearman, but they got it done.
They were gutsy tonight, Clint. They went on the road. This was a scary game. Spearman won 6 in a row, and they got it done when they were the favorites to get it done. And they did, so they're still undefeated.
Yep.
They're now got to clinch that district title, and I think they're going to be the #1 seed.
You were telling me this had a really interesting end, 21-19.
Yeah, I think they got a goal 2-point conversion stand.
Wow.
There at the end is what I was told.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big win for WT High, and then they continue to cruise.
Okay, we go to our higher classifications, Amarillo ISD, and starting with Amarillo High, we only have a minute, so let's rip through these.
All right, Amarillo High, they beat Lubbock High. So that sets up the El Paso Bowl against Tascosa. The winner will stay home, will be the 2 seed. The loser goes to El Paso Paladuro. They'll play Abilene Cooper Thursday night at Dick Biven for the district title.
Outright district, and they get to host a playoff game as well.
They are hosting regardless. Congratulations to Clarendon Sunray for getting off the schneid. Yep. Clarendon lost 18 in a row regular season games, so congrats to them. And congrats to Steve Parr, Scott Parr, Seth Parr, all going into the Plainview Hall of Fame.
Very cool stuff. And now we're headed into the final regular season week. We're going into November football, Kale Steve.
I love it, baby. No shave November.
No shave November. I am done shaving for 30 days.
You got that great beard, too.
Yeah, it's getting a little grayer as I, of course, as I age. It's coming in right here. We'll see if I have to doctor it a little bit for the end.
Just for men, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Kale Steed, Press Pass Sports. Thank you for joining us on The Locker Room.